This space was the Albany Banana Warehouse. It went under years ago, and his grandson Max comes back and says to the owner, "Can I use the space?" So he leases it, and he's been doing this. I'm the second artist. First was his mom, did the first exhibition here about 2 or 3 months ago.
Got it.
And then he called upon me, and he said, "I want your artwork in the gallery." So this is the second showing. I'm Gato.
You are.
This is my artwork. This is what I did. You know, I've been doing art since I was a kid. I couldn't stop it. It was unstoppable, just drawing on everything. I used to get in trouble for it. Yep. Then I took to the streets, as you know, as a teenager, graffiti. I got in so much trouble. My mom actually, I got arrested. I spent the weekends in jail.
Right.
My mom was like, she called my dad and said to him, he lives up in Albany. She said, "You got to take your son because I'm going to kill him." She said, "He's getting arrested. He's doing graffiti, vandalism." So my dad was like, "All right." And I came up here, and what I did was, instead of doing on the streets, I decided to go to canvas.
Okay.
And that's what my art became. I took it, but I wanted to keep the street.
Yeah.
So I put it on things that are of the street. That was always my focus, or everything I could write on, dude. Everything. It's part of the farmers market, you know. Like every Saturday, they'll open up at that pavilion, and there'll be hundreds of people here.
Nice.
So it'll be exciting to see more people come here, because it's kind of like a best kept secret.
Right.
Imagine this place. I know it's hard to do it, but in my mind, I think maybe this is what Manhattan looked like 400 years ago. A couple of loony bins were like, let's start selling produce and doing art in the middle of nowhere. I don't know. These are the psychotic rantings that my unconscious mind comes up with. But yes, this place is exciting, and it's going to become more exciting. These are the larger works right here. I don't like to get too much into the details because they kind of speak for themselves. You see in the visual. This is the nickname that I got from my dad, and this is it speaks for itself. And this stuff here, this right here is this is the stuff that is definitely from the neighborhood, like that I grew up in as a kid, and anywhere I went, we were always like putting our name up, putting our neighborhood up, and that's the unstoppable force, I believe, of like teen rebellion, just the youth, and I haven't lost that spark. I still have it in me, even though I've grown up. It's like, that's the part of the artist, right? Is the child, the inner child that lives on, the Peter Pan, if you will. The travel stuff, Gato took the road less took. Inside of these, you'll see like something like people from the old neighborhood, affiliates, previous rivals, the tags, the names, and just because, it's in there. And here we have a larger one here, another one of the larger ones. In the old neighborhood, they used to have the bolita, which is the ball, the numbers, the lotto in the hood. And of course, you have the alphabet, symbolizing the way that I interpret letters and numbers. My style, which is hostile. You can see it. You see what it speaks for itself, And, hard at work, the hard hat. School of Hard Knocks. Got speed limit sign. Like I said, these were from, I might have said that already, these are from Michael Lang Estate, which is Woodstock producer, And for me, that means a lot. It's like a transfer of great power. Because we love Woodstock. We have lots of respect for Woodstock, upstate New York. This was inspired by my summer as a barker in Coney Island. I worked as a young man at Coney Island for a summer. That was a big formulation of my character, my identity, and so I wanted to create that environment. I wanted to give you a replica of that. It's like You know what I mean? The carnival, the cone, you know, the freak show, you know, the bodega as well, you know. These are like the roll cages that would protect the store from, you know, people, you know, breaking in and whatnot. They have them in New York. I think this is pretty wild over here. If you check this out, this is like old. This is some old New York shit right here. Must be 21 to enter. No club colors. You know what I mean? That's like, that's old, man. That's got to be going back to the, you know, the 60s, the 50s. You know, and that's hand painted signs, not digital, not pixelated, hand painted signage. Learn from that. And, you know, this is the, you know, Babylon burning and the egg, you know, which represents Albany, New York, Albany. This is, to me, this is like, and ironically, if you look, you'll see the shape by that fracture in the wall, unintentionally, is the shape of New York. That crack in the wall, you see that? There is no one way, but there is one way, you know? That's kind of what this means. Society's always trying to tell you, someone's trying to tell you which way to go, but you got to find your own way. And so this is like an ode to my experience as a traveler, as an artist, as a person living and learning